Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This might very well signal the end of all human creation. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, wearing super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, I've been wearing this one a little bit. It's my Tony Jaa shirt, which, because of the sunlight, you can't see that well. But that's him. That's the guy. If you're unfamiliar with Tony Jaa, that is a crying shame because Tony Jaa is incredible. He is a guy out of Thailand, originally worked as a stunt actor on like action films and stuff like that over there. Eventually he was given the opportunity to start starring in his own films. He really broke out in like the early 2000s with a film called Ong Bak, which actually, you know, not only did it do a fantastic job of showcasing his incredible skill set, but it really kind of made him something of an international star. You know, he didn't reach the heights of the heights, but within, like, the martial arts fan community, like, he became, like, the guy. You know, he was going to be the next guy. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go that way. There were a lot of reasons for it, but he's still doing stuff and everything. These days, he's focused more on his family, but he is an incredibly talented guy. You know, any number of his films are fantastic. Some of them are a little bit Ong Bak, I still think, is really an absolute standout. Tom Yum-goong is really good as well. Skin Trade is pretty solid. Triple Threats, there's some good moments, but he's phenomenal. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Why might this signal the end of all human creation? Well, folks, that's because it's from, boom, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, God, you can barely see it. I'd heard that this item was going to be a thing, and I'd been waiting for it. But I just saw that it was available, and I was like, all right. So, what is it that I'm just let go? I hate their freaking packaging. What is it, folks? What am I reviewing for you? It is the brand new, back again. Oh, God. It's their Chizza. Oh, for fuck's sake. Man, come on. Better over there? No. It's, yeah, okay. It's their Chizza. God, I hate the sun so much. It's just the worst. And of course, most places open up at around like lunch or around that time, so the sun is just way the fuck up there. Can I get a thing for a thing? Something like that. What the fuck is a Chizza? It's pieces of chicken with some pepperoni and cheese on them. That's what it is. I was expecting it to be like an actual proper like pizza-shaped thing, but it's not. They really did just take two pieces of chicken, put some pepperoni and shit on it. But okay, I'm here for it. I guess this was a thing that they used to offer back in the day, and then they brought it back. So, oh, okay, and it's cut in half. Let go, damn it. All right, let's try this beautiful monstrosity. I wasn't expecting to hate it, but I gotta admit I kind of love it. The chicken is really nice. KFC chicken. You see, that's some proper chicken. Nice crispy crust. I'm down with that. Here's why I love it, though. It's basically like chicken parmesan. Like, that's very much the vibes that I'm getting from it. You know, it's got pretty much the same makeup, except, you know, it's fried chicken and, you know, you got pepperoni on it. Yeah, I'm kind of down with it. I think it's stupid, but in a fun way. I'm interested. I'll try some pepperoni just by itself. Pepperoni is far and away the weakest part. Far and away. That is some weak ass pepperoni. It doesn't have great texture to it. It's a little bit chewier than you would like. And you don't get a lot of like the meaty taste of that pepperoni. It really is just salty. So yeah, the pepperoni is definitely the weakest aspect here. Which, I mean, it's KFC, but like aren't like KFC and like Pizza Hut or some shit, like aren't they affiliated now or owned by the same company or something? You'd think that they would just go over there and use the pepperoni from that. I mean, I'm not mad at it. And honestly, it's a little bit less goofy than I would think it was going to be. Like, I would say, honestly, I think this is less goofy than, like, the Double Down, which I reviewed, by the way. Because with the Double Down, it's a sandwich with 2 pieces of chicken for the bread, right? That's the whole kitsch of it. With this, yeah, it's a pizza, but, like, fundamentally, if you break it down, and you go over there, like, all you have to do is just grab a knife and fork, and again, it's some equivalent to basically chicken parmesan. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but again, I don't think it's as crazy as it initially comes off as. I mean, I like it. I think it's kind of fun. It's one of those things where I'm disappointed in the lack of batshit craziness, because I was expecting that. But I'm kind of happy about the presentation and the overall, because, like, it's tasty and kind of good. All right, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? We go yes and yes. I like it. I think it's fun. And, like, again, the worst aspect of it is definitely the pepperoni. It's almost non-existent, it gives a little extra saltiness. It's when you get a whole bite of everything, the chicken, the sauce, the cheese, and the pepperoni, it's probably its best version. I think that's mostly just because the pepperoni, because of the saltiness, it's kind of bringing out, some of the flavors and the other things, creating a little contrast. But the pepperoni is definitely not very good. But, like, yeah, man, I mean, like, fundamentally, all the elements that are here work as a dish. It's obviously not going to be comparable to, like, proper chicken parmesan from a real place, but as a goofy, one-off, limited edition item, like, there have been a lot worse that have been a lot more gimmicky. So, I personally am down with it, and I could see myself getting it again. I might get it because you can get it as a full, or you can get it as a half, which I'm guessing is just 1 or 2 pieces. I would probably just get it as a half and almost treat it like a little bit of a side dish kind of thing. But I'm down with it. And I think if I'm recommending it, it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, it seems more ridiculous than it is. And it seems like it should just be a completely gimmicky bullshit thing. But, like, the thing is, fundamentally, it works because at the base of it, the bulk of what it is just KFC chicken. So if you're okay with KFC chicken, probably going to be okay with this. The cheese is fine. The sauce is decent enough. It's, not anything. None of the other elements are standout, but they work well enough. And then again, they're just on a base of KFC chicken, which I'm personally fine with KFC chicken. I like Popeyes a little bit more, but, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Chizza-tastic rest of your life. Because, again, this is one of those items that came out a million years ago, was discontinued, and then KFC just, and sometimes I worry about KFC in terms of, like, sometimes they lack innovation and, like, really trying these goofy things. And for a while, that wasn't the case. For a while, they were really on a roll with it. But every now and again, they'll bring something back or come out with a new idea, and it makes me smile. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But What you do if you can't do all the time? I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes. And unfortunately, when we find ourselves in situations like that where we have to deal with those things, all we can do is roll with it sometimes. When we have to, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you have like some ridiculous food item from the past, or maybe it's just something in your head that you would like to see return or come to life. I personally am all fucking for it. For me, I would like to see KFC several years ago, they came out with a Cheetos chicken sandwich. And I fucking loved that stupid, ridiculous thing, and I would be all for it if they decided to bring it back. I think, not only for the sake of my show, which to be fair definitely benefits from these kind of items, this is the kind of stuff that I like. I like getting to try these new goofy things, because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to get the fucking cheese on a regular basis, but as a one-off item, sure, absolutely. I think it's fun. So, maybe you've got something like that in your head. I hope that it comes to fruition and or comes back, in some capacity or another. Anyway, bye!